Right now, we're heading to the beach, the main beach in Costa Adeje. It's divided into several sections, but overall, it's one long promenade area. Check out the way down to the beach. There's the ocean, a promenade path, and the way down. Let's get a bit closer and see how it all looks. All right, we've reached the beach area, and this is the view of the ocean. And over there, the view towards the beach and the city with mountains in the background. There are actually a lot of crabs on these rocks. The sand on this beach is black. Dry sand gets really hot. You can't walk on it barefoot. It literally burns your feet instantly. On our first day, we tried walking maybe 10 meters and then just ran because we actually burned our feet. And at the entrance, it looks like this. Along the beach, the entry changes a bit. In some places it's slightly rocky, in others it's just sand. But overall it's pretty similar everywhere. It also depends on the tide. When the water comes in, it's not that deep at first. But as you go further, there are sudden drops. Your feet start sinking, and you can run into big rocks along the way. Along the entire beach, you'll find cafes, a McDonald's, and sun lounges. At the far end of the beach, you start to see rocks along the shore. Looks like they've been washed up here and formed a thick layer. You can walk across the rocks to a platform where waves crash. Great spot for photos. There's even a small cave-like spot where you can sit and relax. This is the view from above at the end of the beach. There are benches here where you can sit and enjoy the ocean view. And from the other side, this is what the beach looks like. You can even see the Costa Adeje sign over there. And yeah, this is the beach. Ivan found himself another workout spot. He just can't relax like a normal kid. Always needs to stay active. We're now heading towards Duque Beach. That girl almost slipped over there. This beach is also located in Costa Adeje, just through a small passage. Here the sand is mixed with small stones. Closer to the water, it gradually turns into black sand. Right by the shore, it's mixed with pebbles. Your feet kind of sink into them, and it doesn't feel very stable. Christina already went for a swim. There are quite a few people here, but not as many as on the main beach in Costa Adeje. Still, this beach isn't empty either. Walking barefoot here isn't very comfortable. But the sand isn't as hot as on the main beach. Still, it's better to wear flip-flops. There's a small cafe up there, and on this side as well you can find some tables. Along the entire promenade you'll see guys selling things, bags, little souvenirs and more. This is already the third beach we've visited, and they're everywhere. On the beach itself, the same guys offer beach blankets. I've seen videos where the police show up and they quickly pack everything up and leave. So it's probably not exactly legal. There's a small promenade here along the waterfront. I thought the beach ended here, like this was the end. But no, it actually continues all the way to that breakwater. From here you can clearly see the transition between the imported sand with small stones and the natural black volcanic sand. Further down, it's mostly just black sand. There's also a little ice cream cafe here. Overall, this beach is longer than the previous one. About half of it is imported sand mixed with stones,
остальные полпляжа.
and the other half is natural black sand.
Именно черный песок. Так, в принципе, по всем пляжам,
You'll also see people riding scooters along the promenade.
по набережной. Очень хорошие
The paths
дорожки.
here are really well made with small paving stones, so it's very comfortable to walk. Although sometimes they do get in the way of pedestrians. We decided to go for a swim here,
И вот при заходе,
and as you enter the water, I'll show you.
получается, сейчас продемонстрирую, именно в самом уже
Right in the water,
вот такие вот
there are these
крупные
large volcanic
вулканические
stones,
камешки. Ну, то есть крошка вот
kind of like rough gravel, and honestly,
И по ней не очень
it's not the most
приятно
comfortable
идти,
feeling
ходить
walking on them, but again,
Опять же,
that
это на
depends on your
любителя.
preference.
Чтобы за- при
On the
этом
plus side,
нет
there's no
зато
seaweed or anything like that.
бузы никакой.
Still, getting into the water isn't the most приятный experience. Overall, it's a pretty decent beach.
Ну и здесь вот, как я говорил,
Like I mentioned before, the sand here is the same black sand as on the main Costa Adeje Beach.
ну вот в конце
At the far end,
пляж
this is
выглядит
what the beach looks like from the other
с этой
side.
стороны. Дальше начинается вот такая
Further on,
каменистая зона.
there's a rocky area that you have to walk around.
Который надо вокруг обходить. Здесь люди составляют
Here,
вот такие
people
вот
build
фигурки.
little stone structures.
Очень красиво выглядит.
They actually look really beautiful against this rocky landscape.
Можно сказать, пляжа. Полностью по всем этим
You can see these small stone pyramids all over the place made from the same rocks.
камней. А вот
And
здесь
over here,
посмотрите,
check
что
this out. Someone built this
слеплено.
sculpture. There's an elderly woman sitting over there.
Сделала вот это
She's the one who made it.
с этого, с песка,
Not sure what she used to
не знаю,
shape
с
it.
чем. Но
But it looks pretty cool.
получается, вот она здесь всё
She's been
месиво.
working on it right here.
И вот это вот с этого замеса сделала
And
вот
created this
такую
whole piece.
штуку. Это бабушка
You
сидит
can see her in the
на
background.
заднем плане и что-то переживает, что мы снимаем. и
She
не
seems
даем
a
ей
bit
за это
concerned that we're filming and not giving her any money, but I mean,
Должны ж мы
you
платить
don't
за
really
просмотр.
pay just for looking, right? So we'll just let her keep doing her thing.
Пусть бабушка дальше возмущается. Следующее место, куда мы приближаемся.
The next place we're heading to is called Las Palomas.
Не знаю,
Not
это
sure if it
уже
even feels like a
не
beach
похоже на
anymore.
пляж. Здесь отель с аква
There's a hotel here with water attractions.
аттракционами. Ну, если его
If you
можно
can call it a
назвать
beach,
пляжем,
then
то
yeah,
пляж.
it's a beach.
Но тут в основном
But from what I
камни
can see, it's
крупные,
mostly
насколько
large
я
rocks.
отсюда вижу. Вот такая
There's
вот
also a viewing area here with benches.
решил
I
подняться.
decided to go up here. There's a
Давай,
spiral
дальше
path
пойдем
leading up.
наверх. Крестюха с Ванькой отказались.
Christina and Ivan refused, said it was too hard for them.
Крестюху сделал.
There's a bit of a climb here with railings along the way.
Предупреждение, что можно
There's even a warning sign saying you could slip.
табличка есть. Типа становишься в пару, и ребенок
So basically, you're supposed to hold your kids so they don't fall.
упал. Выведены провода, наверное, здесь будут. чуть
Looks like there are some wires here, probably planning to add lighting later.
здесь. И вот такой видон.
And this is the view from up
над
here,
пальмами.
above the
Находишься.
palm trees.
Там
You
видно
can see
фигурки.
those stone structures from here. And the ocean, just massive.
Здесь Здесь вот тоже составлены фигурки.
There are more stone formations here and even something written out.
Написано. Локация
Looks
дана.
like coordinates,
Широта и
latitude
долгота.
and longitude.
Классно.
Pretty cool.
Ну, люди
People are
загорают.
sunbathing here.
Не знаю, на таких камнях,
Honestly, I wouldn't want to lie on these rocks,
если честно.
but on the other hand, it's quiet, peaceful,
Людей мало.
not many people, no one bothers you.
А тут даже
Hard
не
to say it's a
скажешь,
great deal
что
for people
повезло
staying
людям,
at that
которые в
hotel,
этом
though.
отеле отдыхают. Ну, потому что, я не знаю,
I mean, the hotel might be nice, but the beach here is pretty rocky.
нехороший пляж. Феминисты. Ну, кому-то
Although, to be
нравится,
fair,
не знаю.
some people
Есть люди,
actually
которые
like
на такие
this.
пляжи приезжают. Им не нравится
There are
столпотворение.
people who come specifically for places like this, less crowded, more spokojstvie, and they don't really care what they're ležat on. You just throw something under you and relax. At the end of the day, it's the same ocean, same waves, same sound of the sea. Still, personally, I'm not a
Мне не
fan.
нравится. Но, тем не менее,
But
даже
even
на
on this
этом
rocky beach,
феминистском
there's a
пляже
lifeguard
есть
tower.
точка.
There's
Сидит
always a
спасатель.
lifeguard on
Кстати,
duty.
на каждом пляже
Actually,
есть такие
every
вышки.
beach here has them. One or two lifeguards watching the area,
И вот этот пляж
and the beach
продолжается
continues
дальше.
further.
По сути, люди есть.
There are still
Здесь
people
он даже
around,
такой
and
широкий,
here it actually gets
с
quite wide,
лежаками,
with sun loungers and umbrellas,
зонтики. Всё как
just
на
like a
обычном
regular
пляже,
beach. The only difference is, again,
только
there are fewer
повторюсь, мало
people.
народу. Вот так выглядит
This is
этот
what the
пляж
beach looks like
с
from the
обратной
other
стороны.
side.
Я вообще
For
думал,
a
они сейчас
second,
на зонтике
I thought they were going
приземляются.
to land right on top of the umbrellas or someone's head.
Это они вот, получается, с гор, с высоты
They're actually jumping from high up in the mountains and landing down here.
прыгают. И вот приземляются вот на такие места. Там начинается еще
There's another
какой-то
beach
пляж.
further ahead, but from here it
Ну,
doesn't look
отсюда
as
он
nice as the
выглядит уже
previous one.
хуже, чем предыдущий. Очень
The
впечатлил
view
вид,
here is really impressive. There's a
Там
hotel
отель.
over there,
и от него идет такое продолжение наверх.
and it has this kind of extension that looks like the roof continues and connects to another part. And on top there's a terrace or a canopy, probably a bar or maybe even a pool on the rooftop. With the mountains behind it, it looks amazing. There's also a paraglider flying by,
Здесь вообще вот такой вот вид четкий.
and overall the view here is just stunning. It almost feels like a Greek-style landscape.
Греческий стиль такой.
And yeah, even on beaches like this, people relax, sunbathe, and even go fishing. There's a small hidden spot here called La Caleta Adeje. It's covered with pebbles, and there's a path down where you can also relax and sunbathe. It's located in a little cove between two rocky sides. That guy over there just put on his fins. He's about to put on his mask and go for a swim, maybe even dive. but everything here is rocky, so it's a bit risky. You can see the water has receded. It used to be higher. But the view here is just incredible, especially if you come for a walk. It's quiet, hardly any people around. Honestly, for people who enjoy peace and quiet, especially in the mornings or evenings, away from all the noise, cafes and hotels, this is probably the perfect spot. Where we're staying, it's busy until about 2 a.m. There's music, people hanging out, concerts in cafes until around midnight. And then it still takes time for everything to quiet down. So there's always noise. It does get calmer later at night, but still. Here I think it's completely different. Even during the day, it's peaceful. Compared to central Costa Adeje, this place feels totally calm and relaxing. Over there, it's noisy all the time. So yeah, this is that kind of rocky beach, if you can even call it a beach. It's just past that little cove we were at earlier. It does look beautiful, but honestly, I don't know how people even lie on these rocks or actually enjoy it. Personally, I wouldn't sunbathe here or go swimming. You could easily hit the rocks and overall it just feels uncomfortable. But again, it's a matter of preference. And as you can see, there are still lifeguards here. Yeah, these are some big rocks. Everything here is covered in them. And getting into the water doesn't look very pleasant either. What do you think? You going in? It's a bit scary, honestly. There are big rocks everywhere, and I'm not really into that. Definitely not going in without flip-flops. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, this is the final point of our beach walk around Costa Adeje. Now we're heading back. If we go the other direction, we'll probably make a separate video about it. And as for other beaches around the island, we'll keep exploring them and making reviews along the way, combining it with visits to different locations. So yeah, we've walked along about 4 or 5 beaches today, if you can even call all of them beaches, but people are adejeing, lifeguards are on duty, so I guess they count. What's interesting is that even though they're all close to each other, they're completely different. Some are busy and noisy, others are more relaxed, and places like this one are just completely quiet. I think here, both day and night, there's almost no noise at all, no parties, no crowds, just peace and calm.
Все, мы будем возвращаться потихоньку.
Alright, we're slowly heading back now. And as always, leave a comment, drop a like or dislike, and if you're not subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos. Take care, and as always, stay active.
Всем спорта.